Hi, welcome to the channel. Today is the second day of fifth chapter, that is mental healings in modern times. Let's start. Subjective faith and what it means. The subjective or subconscious mind of an individual is as amenable to the control of his or her own conscious or objective mind as it is to the suggestions of another. It follows that whatever may be your objective belief, if you will assume to have faith actively or passively, your subconscious mind will be controlled by the suggestion and your desire will be fulfilled. The faith required in mental healings is a purely subjective faith. The way to attain it is to put an end to active opposition on the part of the objective or conscious mind. For an effective healing of the body to take place, it is of course best if both the conscious and subconscious mind are in a state of fully accepting faith. However, it is not always essential. You can enter into a condition of passivity and receptivity by relaxing the mind and the body and getting into a sleepy state. In this drowsy state, your passivity becomes receptive to subjective impression. A man once asked me, how is it that I got healing through a certain minister when he told me that there is no such thing as disease and that does not exist? I did not believe a word he said. I thought he was insulting my intelligence, and yet I was healed. How could that be? As I told this man, the explanation is simple. He was quieted by soothing words and told to get into a perfectly passive condition, to say nothing and think of nothing for the time being. The minister also became passive. He affirmed quietly, peacefully, and constantly for about a half hour that this man would have perfect health, peace, harmony, and wholeness. At the end of the half hour, the man felt immense relief and was restored to health. It is easy to see that his subjective faith had been made manifest by his passivity under treatment and the suggestions of perfect healthfulness by the minister were conveyed to his subconscious mind. The two subjective minds were then in rapport. If the man had allowed his doubts about the healer's powers and the correctness of his theory to surface, these would have acted as antagonistic auto-suggestions. The minister's suggestion would have been seriously handicapped or even totally frustrated. In this sleepy, drowsy state, however, the resistance of the conscious mind was reduced to a minimum. The subconscious mind of the patient was receptive to the minister's suggestions. It performed its functions in harmony with those suggestions, and a healing followed. The meaning of absent treatment. Suppose while living in Los Angeles, you learned that your mother in New York City was seriously ill. Your first impulse might be to leave your home and job to go to her. But what if that were not possible? What would you have to give up and hope of lending the strength of your faith to the process of your mother's recovery? No. While you might not be physically present, your prayers would go to her nonetheless. It is the Father within that doeth the work. There is but one creative mind. The creative law of mind serves you. What you must do is induce an inner realization of health and harmony in your own mentality. Its response is automatic. This inner realization, acting through the subconscious mind, operates in or turn on your mother's subconscious mind. Your hearts of health, vitality, and perfection operate through the one universal subjective mind. They set in motion a law of the subjective side of life that manifests itself through her body as a healing. In the mind principle, there is no time or space. The same mind operates through your mother and through you, no matter where you may be. In reality, there is no absent treatment as opposed to present treatment for the universal mind is omnipresent. You do not try to send out thoughts or hold a thought. Your treatment is a conscious movement of thought. As you become conscious of the qualities of health, well being, and relaxation, these qualities will be resurgent in the experience of your mother. Results will follow. Here is an actual example of what is misleadingly called absent treatment. A woman in Los Angeles learned that her mother in New York had suffered a coronary thrombosis. She could not go to her mother's side, but she prayed as follows: the healing presence is right where my mother is. Her bodily condition is but a reflection of her thought life, like shadows cast on the screen. I know that in order to change the images of the screen, I must change what they reflect. I now project in my own mind the image of wholeness, harmony, and perfect health for my mother. The infinite healing presence that created my mother's body and all her organs is now saturating every atom of her being, and a river of peace flows through every cell of her body. The doctors are divinely guided and directed, and whoever touches my mother is guided to do the right thing. I know that disease has no ultimate reality. If it had, no one could be healed. I know align myself with the infinite principle of love and life, and I know the decree that harmony, health, and peace are being expressed in my mother's body. She prayed in this manner several times a day. After a few days, her mother had a remarkable recovery. Her cardiologist was amazed and complimented her on her great faith in the power of God. The conclusion arrived at in the daughter's mind and accepted by her with the perfect faith set in motion the creative energy within the universal subconscious mind. The manifested itself through her mother's body as perfect health and harmony. What the daughter felt as true about her mother was simultaneously expressed in the experience of her mother. Releasing the kinetic action of the subconscious mind. A psychologist friend of mine told me that a biopsy had shown the presence of cancerous cells in a vital organ. Her oncologist recommended a painful and dangerous treatment. Before agreeing, my friend tried another approach. Every night before going to sleep, she quietly affirmed, every cell, nerve, tissue, and organ is now being made whole, pure, and perfect. My whole body is being restored to health and harmony. A complete healing followed in about a month's time. Subsequent tests showed that the cancerous cells were no longer present. I was very impressed by this, but also curious. I asked her why she repeated her affirmation prior to sleep. She told me once it is set in motion in a certain direction, the kinetic action of the subconscious mind continues throughout your sleep. That is why it is so critical to give the subconscious mind something beneficial to work on as you drop off into slumber. This was a very wise answer. Notice also that in thinking of harmony and perfect health, she never referred to her condition by name. I strongly suggest that you stop talking about your ailments or giving them a name, especially in the hurts leading up to sleep. The only sap from which they draw life is your attention and fear of them. Like the above mentioned, psychologists become a mental surgeon. Then your troubles will be cut off the way dead branches are pruned from a tree. On the other hand, if you are constantly naming your aches and symptoms and discussing them, you give them power over you. You inhibit the kinetic action that releases the healing power and energy of your subconscious mind. Furthermore, by the law of your own mind, these these imaginings tend to take shape as the thing I greatly feared. Fill your mind with the great truths of life and walk forward in the light of love. Summary of your aids to health. Find out what it is that heals you. Realize that correct directions given to your subconscious mind will heal your mind and body. Develop a definite plan for turning over your requests or desires to your subconscious mind. Imagine the end desire and feel its reality. Follow it through and you will get definite results. Decide what belief is. Know that belief is a thought in your mind and that what you think you create. It is foolish to believe in sickness or anything that will hurt or harm you. Believe in perfect health, prosperity, peace, wealth, and divine guidance. Great and noble thoughts upon which you habitually dwell become great acts. Apply the power of prayer therapy in your life. Choose a certain plan, idea, or mental picture. Unite mentally and emotionally with that idea. As you remain faithful to your mental attitude, your prayer will be answered. Always remember, if you really want the power to heal, you can have it through faith, which means a knowledge of the working of your conscious and subconscious mind. Faith comes with understanding. Blind faith means that a person may get results in healing without any scientific understanding of the powers and forces involved. Learn to pray for your loved ones who may be ill. Quiet your mind, your thoughts of health, vitality, and perfection, operating through the one universal subjective mind will be felt and made manifest in the mind of your loved one. Okay, and today is the end of the fifth chapter. We will start a sixth chapter in the second in the next session. Uh, Sixth chapter is practical technique in mental healings. Okay, and if you are new on the channel, subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that you will get notification about new video upload. Don't forget to like and share. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the channel, and thank you so much.